Hey, what's up, everybody? This is the one, the only Dylan Walker. Today, I am live, but I got some thoughts I'd like to share with you guys about the wrestling games. Because, I've seen so many of these videos like, oh, this is going to be the absolute worst wrestling game of the year. You want to know what the absolute worst wrestling game was by 2K? 2K20? An absolute flop, which is why I thought I was going to stop and not keep buying wrestling games. But after they came back and redeemed themselves with 2K22, even though the universe mode on it has crashed on me, when you try to make like a second creational file for it, for like your universe mode, and all of a sudden it just crashes. Like it crashes, and then it's like your files and stuff on that, when you're trying to make a second universe mode, it all corrupted. If it wasn't for whoever it was in my comment section that saved me, or the video I found, I would have been so. I'd be so to the point I wouldn't buy any more wrestling games. But a lot of times I still sometimes just kind of hesitant on what I do. Universe mode, uh, like doing like creative wrestling shows. Like I said, I do have a wrestling show called GSW Wrestling. It was a huge little thing I did. It was nothing spectacular. It was nothing huge. Like, it was big. It was just something I did. Even though I've seen all these other wrestling creators create all the content they created, it inspired me to do my own, and I started doing my own, and I went to create it and tell the story and continue with what I figure out. But I've seen so many people do it so many certain ways, I just don't think I'll be able to compete in the landscape that all these other 2K or other wrestling creators out there that create their shows, tell their stories, and put together these characters and the stories. Because right now, that's why I've been doing the whole voiceover. And uh, my rise that I've been doing, because originally, for long, I was doing 2K22 universe mode, where I was following up with characters and stories. But now that I am at a different point with where I'm at now, I have evolved my commentary, but I've also I have evolved myself as a creator when it comes to the storytelling, the creation, little things I do. And yes, I'm sure some people probably see the overview. A lot of times it's been my character, and a lot of people probably go like, "You're obsessed with yourself." No, it's just because I've got so much ideas that I'm bouncing around in my head like a freaking two-player tennis players back and forth playing tennis. It's kind of just bouncing back and forth. Thing is, I just don't have what I need to really embrace the creational ideas that I want to like throw on paper, because I'm so complex thinking. I've done some interesting things. I've done little things that you guys can see that's kind of on my channel off the other one that I'm going to move over pretty soon and finish moving all that stuff over here. Um, Here's the thing. I am a huge 2K wrestling fan, and I love the wrestling games they've been putting out. I absolutely love My Rise. No matter how cheesy it is, it's a wrestling game. It's gonna have its moments. And I noticed that so many fans, when a new 2K game gets out, they get absolutely freaking crazy. Absolutely crazy. Like, why is the game not perfect? Why is it so glitchy? I tried doing it. Well, you gotta be patient. It's a game that just came out day one. You gotta give it some time. Not every game is gonna be perfect. Every game is gonna have its glitches and have its things. Don't get me wrong. I do have a surprise, but you'll be on the wait for that, which I might have just teased in one of my shorts. And by the way, the shorts that I got on there are AI. They're from my Instagram. All the shorts that you see on my channel are done by AI. So the two shorts that I released today, they're AI generated off Instagram, because I just kind of play around with AI. That's why I created the promos and the idea, not the promos, the little thing. I don't know what to call them. I don't know what to call them. I just know it could be like a little face-off. I guess I can call it that. But I've got bounds of ideas. Just don't know how to bounce them for you guys. but I got something coming up here shortly that I'm going to put together and edit. So look, I know wrestling fans, you know, in the gaming community that love 2K and everything. Like, don't get me wrong, I absolutely love 2K. I love the My Rise. Some people don't like the whole, what is it, the showcase. Some people are like, oh, it's boring, it's bland, it's bare bones. Hey, that's your own opinion. I got an opinion too. Hey, a lot of times for us creators, or just for us fans, a lot of times we find things that are fun. Even if some of these fans are like, you know, just all out into the, what you call, details. They're all out about the details and stuff. What's up? What up, babe, bro? That are all about the details and everything. And look, don't get me wrong. Little details matter. Don't get me wrong. The little details that they have, they do matter. They really, really do. And I ain't gonna cap. The little details is what makes the game more interesting and fun. Like ambulance matches, buried alive matches, backstage brawls, the gauntlets, defeat the streak. Defeat the streak. Anything in particular, you know? It's the little things. And now that they brought back intergender wrestling, that's cool, because I could probably be telling some stories, too, with that. Kind of, you know, have, like, former exes. If I was to tell, like, relationships, like, if I was to do Nikki Bella versus John Cena, or me versus Alexa Bliss, or maybe me and Dakota face each other, or maybe Brock Lesnar versus Sable. I'm good, thank you for asking. I could do Seth Rollins versus Becky Lynch. I could do Dominic Mysterio versus Rhea Ripley. Mama Ripley versus Baby Dom Dom. Gonna get stomped. Or watch Liv Morgan just get absolutely obliterated by Rhea Ripley off a Hell in a Cell chamber match. Like, it can get crazy. It can get crazy. So I'm a huge wrestling fan. I haven't watched the product much here and there. I just really can't find myself to sit down and watch it. Except I know WrestleMania is 19 days away. Yay. Now, like I said, little details matter to us creators that are enjoying the games. But, as I was saying about commentary, Charlie Bennett here, Dylan Walker here. Welcome back to the DSW Wrestling Show. I am your host and colorful commentator, and my partner in crime, my boss, the owner of the DSW, Dylan Walker here. Yep, we're here to give you guys a show and a spectacle, but we're also going to talk about this main event match. It is going to be Alexa Bliss versus me, but at this very moment, we have a current match in the situation. We are going to see Seth Rollins take on Dave Bautista in a hardcore match. No disqualification. Any weapon of choice, anybody can destroy each other of any place, of any cause. The matches are going to get intense, but we're going to have a great story to unveil for you guys at commentary. See? That's commentary. I don't care about some random guy that is in another country. I could care less. No politics, please. No political stuff. This is only about wrestling. Keep that away. Unless I did political wrestling like I did Joe Biden versus Mr. Rump, go watch that video if you want to go watch a presidential battle. That's on my video section of my channel. And my wrestling stuff. And it could be this channel could be a big wrestling channel. I mean, I'm focusing on all sorts of gaming content, but if I mainly focus it towards wrestling, it'll be just like an average wrestling channel out there, but I've got a shoot load of ideas for all sorts of different content and all sorts of different stuff for you to stream. Or for you guys to see me stream. My God. Gosh dang it, I get so caught up on what I'm trying to say. My train of thought's hard to keep up with. But, look, let me tap on this one more time. Wrestling fans anticipate so much out of the developers and stuff. And yes, the developers, they're always willing to listen to us fans. As a company that's got probably millions or billions of dollars, and they put out a different wrestling game every year with different things, and some things are the same in some aspects, but a little extra more features and a little bit more time developed in their creational time. And I'm right with I'm with some of the fans. Add more, a little bit that we ask for. And we're not trying to overload you guys on that, but you know, as wrestling fans, we respect the product you put out for us fans to enjoy and play. And someone that has, I started playing. My first wrestling game was WWF 2000, WrestleMania 2000 on the N64. And then later on, my second wrestling game was SmackDown versus Raw 2011, SBR 11. That's when my career started, when I had my first ever match against Dave Bautista in the WWE universe. Which, however, is storytelling in its finest, which is what I love to do, is storytelling. I love to do the storytelling. I love to do the creativity that I do. And the time of it all is just about, you know, playing into the characters, telling the story, and putting in the work for you guys to be entertained so you can kind of maybe predict or maybe get the ideas. And people just can't really, you know, catch the idea of what could be the next thing that I could pull the rabbit out of the hat, and people go, huh, that's interesting. And they're like, I didn't see that coming. Kind of like how Triple H has been booking the current shows. I've got a bunch of stories to tell. Me and Charlie Bennett, we've got a bunch of stuff. What's up, Zever? What's up, Daydreamer? Welcome in, everybody. Thing of it is, you know, I'm just trying to bring a whole different variety of things to this, and I absolutely love wrestling. So, I had a wrestling show called the DSW, which was Dirty South or Deep South Wrestling. I had many championships, I had many different superstars, and I had many other type of matches. However, I created a match called the Knockout Match. Even though 2K brought it in this last year's My Rise, it was a match against who was it against? Oh, it was against Piper Niven when you play with My Rise. However, I do take the My Rise and I do kind of put it into what I've done over the years within my creative side of wrestling. I wish I could have recorded all of the stories and all of the moments where I like created my character. It would have been awesome for you guys. Okay, that sneeze decided to slip out my nose and make me put a little boogie in it. I'm kidding. Smile. I did sneeze though. Jesus. Allegedly. Calm down. But no, I'm serious. I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing, and I'm going to keep building and telling stories. That's why Charlie and me are the characters. We create drama, we create characters, we create stories, we create the ideas, just whatever. I edit stuff and I create stuff. So I got something here in the works that I'm going to try to pull out of my freaking magical hat and hope you guys enjoy it. But for the meantime, Walker Nation, I'm really not too far advanced, but on everything else I'm trying to say topic-wise, but all I'm going to say is I appreciate the product that 2K does put out, but however, though, please listen more to the fans. We greatly appreciate it. Because a lot of us do want creative story back, and we'd like that because certain... And also, can you guys work on the entrance thing? Like the entrance video, like speed of the time a bit? And bring it to where you could full screen it, because that's how I was able to get like certain little cutscenes out of it. And then I end up playing like little sounds in the background and crowd effects, my boys sober work. I did all that. If you guys could please bring that back like you had in 2K19, I would greatly appreciate that, because a lot of us want that back, along with creative story and also creative moveset. That would be really nice. Also, if anything, if you got someone in there from the SBR days that knew how to create Road to WrestleMania, man, can we get Road to WrestleMania? That would be appreciated, because that would be nice. I love the Road to WrestleMania with the many little stories, the hidden things you could work for and get trophies on, especially when I played it on the Wii. Oh my god, it was fun. I played it briefly on PS3, but I'd really hope that 2K gives in for a lot of us fans and keeps doing what they do. But I do like some of the work that they've been doing, so please, guys, consider listening to us fans a little bit more. We're not asking you for much, but y'all got big amounts of money, and surely you guys can invest in a little bit more time and effort, and delay the game a little bit longer, so us fans can be a little bit more, you know, on the edge of our seats for something. Even if. So, you know, it's not like we're asking you guys for a freaking castle. We're just asking because, you know, you got passionate fans that loves their franchise and loves what they appreciate what you guys put out. Consider the time and effort, because that's why you guys get the money, is because of us fans. We buy the game, you guys get the money. The more as people like your product, the more you will consistently put out, and hopefully you put some more hard-earned heart and soul into what you do. But EA don't seem to care. EA don't care about Madden, so that's why I stuck to the old Maddens. 2K20, it looks like NBA 2K is starting to fall, or I don't know. I don't play it. I just stick to wrestling in my Madden. So that's my take on that. That is the take by Silly Dilly, but of anything, you know, just I will continue to keep creating and telling stories for you guys. But anyway, I hope you guys have a good one. Please, thank you for listening. I'm going to work on this match. I'm going to tell the story about. For now, have a good one. Take care, and as always, be good to each other. Okay.